The top 10, the top 7 most effective marketing strategies for 2023. I remember I listed 7, not 10. What is up, guys? Zach Ginn here. In today's video, I'm going to give you my top 7 most effective marketing strategies for 2023. And I forgot to include, I do have 3 bonus on here. So I was thinking 10 in my mind because I was going through the 10. I wrote out the 10, but I was like, wait a second. All right, so guys, we're going to share exactly 10 marketing methods you need to know for wholesaling houses and probably my top 7 most effective ones. So if you're learning in 2023 how to get into wholesaling real estate and actually going out here and making a ton of money in your own business, this is going to be my top 7 marketing strategies for 2023 for you to get rich, my methods, my tips, my tricks, and everything like that. And you already know I go live here. So as we do it live, anything can happen, and that's the most exciting part. So before we get into it, before we break it all down, guys, do me a big favor. Make sure you guys go out here and smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and comment below your questions. And I want to go out here and teach you my top 7 marketing methods, my top 7 marketing tactics out here. And really, I'll give you 3 bonus ones starting out, and then I'll give you the 10 here. So just FYI for everyone, when you're going out here and you are doing your marketing, I want you to understand this. Marketing is going to be the bloodline to your business. There are no deals without marketing. It is a conveyor belt system. It is a left to right system. You cannot make a hamburger without the actual buns. You can't make a hamburger without the beef, right? So what do you have if you have no beef on a hamburger? I hope I'm not getting anyone hungry, but like, what do you have? You have nothing, right? Like, it's not a hamburger. It's stupid. And like, technically a steak if you have no buns, but like, I don't know which way to really like say what it is, but without the actual marketing, you can't produce anything. So like, yeah, I don't care. You might be the greatest person at cash buyers in the world. Unless you actually have the leads coming in, it doesn't matter. You can be the best closer in the world. Unless you can actually close those leads, it means nothing. So the reason why I'm making this video today, the reason why I'm breaking this all down, the reason why I want to really get into detail about this today is because it doesn't matter how good of a king closer or how good of a dispositions person you are. If you suck at marketing, it doesn't mean anything good for you. And this is really the best analogy I can say is always with a car. You can have the coolest, most gangster car ever, but if I put a Prius engine inside of a Camaro, I don't care how sexy or cool that Camaro looks, the thing ain't gonna go anywhere. And you might have a raggedy, ugly looking car, but if I put a sick, awesome twin turbo engine in that car is gonna go fast. So yes, on the outside, everything might look pretty and awesome and sexy, but it's all about what's the engine running the whole thing. And that's your marketing, right? We have this a lot in the boat terms, right? Because I'm in Florida, I'm a boat guy, love fishing, stuff like that. You might have the coolest boat ever, but if you have a really tiny engine pushing that boat's not going to go fast. It's not going to be good for fishing. It's like, it sucks. It's terrible. Like, what's the point of having this super awesome, amazing boat? You put all the money into that. We got this tiny little engine pushing it. Like, you're going to go like 15 miles an hour. Like, what's the point? And they got these tiny little boats with the most insane engine ever. And they go super fast and they can do a lot of great stuff, right? And so the real engine, the real lifeblood of wholesaling real estate is going to be your marketing. I can tell you 10 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, the guy or gal that is a better marketer is going to beat the person that's better at acquisitions or better at dispositions. It's always about the marketing. So for example, I got 2 people in the market. One guy's really good at acquisitions. He's okay at acquisitions and okay at dispositions, but they're amazing at marketing. They're just going to have more at-bats. That's the reason why they're going to whoop the person who's amazing at acquisitions or amazing at dispositions, because yeah, maybe they can close a lot better, but if you don't got the leads coming in, like, what's the point? And the difference between an average acquisitions person and a lead acquisitions person, it's just time, right? Like, it's eventually, if you're okay at acquisitions and you just have more leads come in, you're going to get really good at it. So that's why the marketer, because the marketer has so many leads coming in, they practice on those leads too, and they actually get better because they're getting more reps in there. That's why somebody at gym, usually the more reps they put in, the stronger they get. And in wholesaling, when you're a marketer and you get a lot of leads coming in, you just get more reps on. So how did I get so good at acquisitions? It really wasn't acquisitions. It's because I was actually good at marketing. Because I spend so much time at cold calling, hint, marketing, I got really good at talking to sellers over the phone with cold calling. And that directly, and I'm not telling like a little bit, it directly translated into my acquisitions. It's insane to think about. Stupid crazy. But I can tell you, it led so much to my wholesaling real estate success. And not a lot of people talk about it right now, but it's absolutely true how important marketing is going to be for you. So let's get into it. Let's talk about this. I really truly believe that these 7 effective marketing solutions and strategies and methods are going to be the top ones you can possibly do in wholesaling real estate, right? And so I'll give you, a couple bonus ones really quick, and then we'll get into the 7 you really need to know. But the one marketing strategy I can always tell you that has always worked for me, and this is always a tiny one. Let's get into the bonus ones really quick, but this is what I call word of mouth marketing. And this is just letting people know around you that you wholesale houses, right? It's not the biggest one in the world, but I've got a lot of deals from word of mouth marketing, where I let my motivated sellers know. It's like, hey, do you have any other properties looking to sell, or do you know anybody? This can be from just traditional door knocking, right? And just knocking on a door and saying, hey, are you looking to sell your property, or do you know anyone else that knows if they want to sell their property or not? Word of mouth that you buy houses cash and a friend of a friend buys houses cash, or things like this. Guys, we get a lot of deals from these so-called referrals, and they work really, really well, right? And so if you have a friend or someone like that maybe work as a post office worker or something like that, I tell you, Rick's way better than me. But we just did a $40,000 wholesaling deal where the person's friend just wanted to get rid of the property. And they just say, hey, I just want to get rid of this thing for cash. And we went after it, got an amazing wholesaling deal. So word of mouth is bonus number 1 that works really well. Bonus number 2, and this didn't make my top 7, but this is a very important one I could tell you. And this is what we call door knocking. Door knocking, hands down, is going to be one of the most effective marketing strategies, because it's going to do the one thing that most people aren't willing to do. Get out their butt, face their fears, and actually start talking to motivated sellers ASAP. I prefer door knock pre-foreclosures. Yes, reverse trying for dollars is probably going to be a little better, but I can tell you door knocking is a very amazing, effective strategy that you're probably not doing. And I hate to say it, but most wholesalers will not door knock because they're simply scared to do it. And once you have that mental barrier unlocked, you'll do really well. Number 3, the last bonus one I want to give to you, and then we're going to get the top 7, I promise. But number 3 here that just didn't make it the top 7, but I want you to understand, are the arrest record lists. I cannot tell you this enough. Most wholesalers watching this video right now, they are not pulling the arrest record list, and they're not contacting the arrest record list. I don't think we're going to have a big increase of arrests in our area, in our county, in our market. But what I could tell you is, when people get arrested, they're going to go away. There's a huge motivation for somebody wanting to get rid of that property. And we're seeing more and more wholesalers are watching this channel actually going after these type of leads, and it works really stinking well. And that's why I beg everybody to go out here and pull these type of lists. So now we got the bonus out of the way. Let's talk about our top 7. Let's get really into, in 2023, what works, what doesn't work in wholesaling real estate, and what marketing tactics and methods you need to do to wholesale houses. And before I get the comments like, you should do this one, you should do that one, this is the perfect one, this is the perfect one, this isn't it. There's a lot of great marketing tactics out here, but this is in no order of importance. FYI, I'm just giving you 7, but it's the one I've said forever. And I know everyone's going to roll their eyes and just scream at me like, Zach, how dare you? What do you mean you're talking about this? You talk about this one all the time. But it's just good old-fashioned cold calling. I can tell you right now, if you want to get wholesaling real estate deals and you have no money, get your butt out of bed and start calling. There's no better way in 2023 to get wholesaling deals. And as somebody that did a lot of money, who made a ton of money with Bandit signs, that inherently lazy to a point like that with me with it. But the reason, because I did so well in Bandit signs, where they just worked in my market. And when I started adding cold calling, I figured out cold calling actually worked better in my market than Bandit signs were. But they're a lot more work, obviously. But with the cold calling, like I said previously, I did so well because when I cold called, I got better at acquisitions. My confidence built up, and I just became a stronger wholesaler. Guys, I talked about this a little bit today in the Facebook group, our free wholesaling group, freewholesaling.com. But I did make a very, very easy analogy. And how everyone rolls your eyes when I make an analogy, but this is the truest analogy you have to know. And this is why I love cold calling. This is the one analogy I'll tell you about cold calling, okay? Now, first of all, how do you build muscles, right? Like, how are muscles built? Muscles are built by you going out here and tearing the muscle apart by working out. You're actually putting strain, pressure, stress. You're working it out, and you're actually causing tension with the muscles. Because the muscles are working, they tear apart. It's excruciating, terrible, right? And it's working, right? It's actually, muscles work by micro tears. And then depending how much you're eating and your nutrition, I'm not a nutritionist, but like depending on how good your nutrition is, your muscles are going to heal up pretty fast. They're micro tears, right? But you're sore. That might be lactic acid, but people really don't know. But really what happens is, what they do is the muscles actually rebuild, and they rebuild even more muscle and becomes stronger than it was before because of that pain, that adversity, whatever you want to call it. Your muscles grew because it had to go through struggle and pain. How do you mentally get stronger? Mental toughness. Mental toughness is 100% created from exercising your brain like you do with muscles. You put it through stress, you put it through adversity, you put it through tough situations that, I don't want to call it damage, but you definitely go through some mental issues. I don't know the best way to explain this, but like you go through some mental adversity, some hard things in your life, some pain, right? Not physical pain, but mental pain, right? And from that, your brain creates like a callus, and it's not physical, but you go through that and your brain gets stronger for that. Your mental acuity, your mental strength gets stronger, right? And there's mentally tough people starting out, but like most mentally tough people I know had to go through so much to get to the point where they are at right now. That's why a lot of people that aren't mentally mature stuff, they haven't gone through some situations, ever talked to an older person, they've been through everything pretty much. And their mindset on life and their mental toughness is a lot different, right? And the last part, which I talk about wholesaling, is like, how do you get amazing at wholesaling? It's just like cold calling, baby. Like, how do you get really good at wholesaling houses? You get good at wholesaling houses the same way you get better at mental toughness and through working out. Stress, pain, adversity, and just doing stuff that sucks, that's going to tear away who you are. And that through that pain and that struggle and that work and all that working out of doing deals and putting in the hours, really, it's like putting in the hours at the gym, putting in the hours wholesaling, training, and getting better at it. You slowly, you don't get jacked overnight, right? It just slowly, you start building up and you're building more wholesaling muscles. And then at the end, you get insanely jacked, right? And the problem about wholesaling real estate, same thing about getting good at cold calling. You cannot take steroids to get good at cold calling. Oh, I'm going to go buy a dialer. I'm going to go buy software, this guy's course, or all these things, right? You think you can go buy the secret to success to get great at wholesaling and cold calling and all these things. It doesn't work like that. I hate to say it. This is probably going to be terrible news that's going to break your heart, but there's no shortcut. There's no steroids you can take in wholesaling, right? Yeah, you can take steroids for working out, but those definitely have terrible side effects. You should never do them. But in wholesaling, you can't take the steroid. There's no like quick fix. It'll never work, right? The mental toughness is there. And so when I see people that are good at wholesaling real estate, when I see people like good at wholesaling like people are making millions of dollars, same level as me, they all had to go through struggle. They all had to go through pain. They all had to go through all this excruciating work to get to the point where they're at right now. So if I look at their bank account's swole, their bank account's jacked. Guys, if I go to a massive dude at the gym, okay, and at the gym I go to, there's one Mr. Olympia and one runner-up Mr. Olympia, like biggest dudes I've ever seen in my entire life. You guys know I'm Stuart, right? All the bodybuilders are here for some reason. If I go up to them, I've just talked to a couple of them nicely, not the Mr. Olympia guys. They're a little busy. But if I ever go to them and talk, and I ask them like, hey, do you work out? Right? It's like, yeah, I've worked out. It's like saying, of course I had to work out to get this big. Okay. And other things probably. But if I go to someone who's got a fat bank account in wholesaling and be like, did you have to ever go through struggle or was it all perfect for you? Of course you had to go through struggle. That's the point. You're always going to go through struggle. This is working out in wholesaling. So if I ever go to somebody that's successful and you want to be like me, you're going to have to go through struggle. You ain't no one new. You ain't the special guy or gal that doesn't have to go through anything tough in life and the money doesn't flow to you. I want to give everybody watching this a wake-up call today. If you think that you just click a couple buttons, get really rich fast in wholesaling, I want to let you know that it doesn't work out. You know why? Because if you did it and you worked 1 hour a day and you made $1 million a day doing it, like everyone would do it. Everyone would do the cheat code. Guys, if there was a special beet juice that I'd drink once a month and I'd have 6-pack abs and it'd look amazing, like of course I would take it. Everyone would do it. But the reason why it's so amazing to get rich is because no one really around you can. None of your friends or family, or if you went to a public high school, right? Not everyone was loaded with money. So it's a very cool, attainable thing. And this is why you have to understand in wholesaling real estate, if you want to get the things that nobody else really does around you, you have to do the things that they're not willing to do. And so one thing I know most wholesalers starting out aren't willing to do is go out here and wholesale real estate by cold calling. Cold calling sucks. It's not fun for most people. But you know what else isn't fun? I do not enjoy squatting. I'll let you know I do not enjoy squatting. But I know if I don't want to have chicken legs, I got to go squat. I don't enjoy working out. I don't enjoy running 3 or 4 miles. I don't really. I would honestly rather be watching TV shows than be doing that, okay? It's never fun, and it kind of sucks, but there's endorphins and you feel good, I guess. But like, I'd rather just be sitting at home, And so the one thing I can let you guys know is, of course you're going to go through the struggle. But because of that struggle, there is better rewards than by not going through it. And so the one thing I'll tell you with cold calling is, cold calling is like a work. It's an exercise. It's like a squatting for wholesaling. I guess that's the only analogy I could tell you. Squatting for wholesaling. And so if somebody wants to be a bodybuilder and I go look at your legs and your legs are tiny, it's like, yeah, of course you don't squat. You don't work out your legs. It's like, yeah, you haven't cold called. I can easily find the wholesalers. And there's amazing wholesalers that never cold call. I have no cold calling skills. But most wholesalers starting out, I can tell if you've cold called or not. And the only exceptions are the ones that are elite at acquisitions, because those people can or don't have to cold call. For example, Rick, like he's never cold called in his life, and he's amazing at talking to sellers. Very rare for that to happen, but there are people that do that. But you got to be the G at marketing, right? And honestly, unless you got 20 years under your belt, it's going to be very difficult. Number 2, this is a very important marketing strategy. And this is not a strategy where, when you got no money, it's not the easiest one to do. But I've told everyone last week, and I'm going to keep repeating this message. I'm really going to repeat this message hard, and I'm really going to have it home. If you are going out here and you have no money, I still want you to send out 50 SMS text blasts a day on your phone. And the reason why I want you to do that is we're going to kind of mix it with number 3. So I'm not going to give it out right now. But in the next couple of minutes, I'm going to show you what a free SMS strategy to do. Because, I always do that. But the one thing is, I'm telling most people, if you want to get into SMS text blasting, you're going to have to pour some money into it. I would say without at least $800 to $1,000 a month in marketing, you probably shouldn't do it. But the thing is, I don't want to give everyone a secret here, but there's an SMS platform, smszach.com, and we just filmed the platform for it. We just filmed the walkthrough of it at wholesaling.com. Unfortunately, I uploaded it to YouTube, and YouTube banned it. I didn't get a copyright strike or any of that, but they banned it for the privacy policy. So like, we're not going to give you a strike or anything, but we're not letting the video go through. So I had to privately upload it on wholesaling.com. It's out right now. I just want to let everyone know that. Quick plug. But the reason why it's so effective in 2023 using the strategy is because it's the only SMS platform right now out of all the popular ones that has no Twilio. There's no special opt-out language. So press stop to end the call or to opt out. None of that stupid stuff. 99% of wholesalers, when they text their SMS text blasting, they have all that stupid stuff on there. As AI written scripts, drip campaigns. I'm not here to sell it to you. I'm just telling you what it is. Nobody in SMS does this. It's direct to carrier, which when you click the text out, it's not like anything. There's no Twilio. There's no EIN, none of that stupid stuff. You just send the text out, and it looks like a regular text. No other SMS platform has this. And the reason why I'm saying this, it's so effective in 2023 because no other wholesaler in your market's probably using this tactic. So that's why I think it works really well. So that's why I added number 2 on this list. Not to go tell you to go there, but I'm just telling you if you have the budget for it, I'll tell you smszach.com. It's probably an amazing strategy to be going after because it leads to wholesaling deals that other wholesalers who are doing SMS don't. It's just an unfair advantage over other people. And this is only for the people in the SMS space. If you're not in it, don't have to do it. I'm telling you, it works really well. And number 3, for my people that no money for texting, let's talk about reverse drawing for dollars for a second. This is a very powerful one. I gave everyone a challenge last week. Still waiting to see if people will come back to the challenge or not. But I made a challenge about reverse drawing for dollars, okay? And this is for number 3. So number 3, spill the beans, reverse drawing for dollars. Reverse drawing for dollars is basically a tactic out here to go throw sticky notes on top of houses that you're drawing for dollars. You basically put on the sticky note, hey, this is Zach. I got a quick question about the property. Please give me a call back. That's basically the gist of it, right? Freewholesaling.com. If you haven't heard about it before, where have you been, right? But the reason why I love this so much and the reason why this works so well is because no other wholesaler in your market's doing it, right? Like, I think you're getting the theme of marketing and what's working in 2023. What works in 2023 is the stuff that most people aren't willing to do. Oh, I'm too tired to do this. This is so much work. This sucks. This is terrible, blah, 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 right? What's working in 2023, and guys, you've seen the full list of testimonials. You get every single day, basically, someone's posting, oh, thanks, Zach, for another deal. Oh, my God, first deal. Thank you so much, Zach. Like, the people that get in the checks, and I talk to these people. I go on the podcast. I JV with them. I do all these things. Those people, the ones that actually work, the ones that are getting amazing deals, the ones that are running 6-figure wholesaling businesses and 7-figure wholesaling businesses, the reason why that's working so much is because they are doing the things that the average person isn't willing to do. This is why we have people that, like, I hate to go back on the analogies per se, but like if you look at professional athletes, right? NBA players. Yes, NBA players have really great genetics. Like they're super tall, they're super fast, they got these God-given abilities, right? But that doesn't make you a professional athlete, right? It doesn't. It's the people that are actually willing to go out here and put in the work to get better. The reason why I use that analogy, I love chess, right? And I hate to say it, but there's people in chess that just have these abilities you can't really train for. You can get good at chess, but not at the elite levels, right? These people have eidetic memories like me. These people can memorize all these things. It's insane, right? And so I can't use that analogy. But what I can tell you is the people, there's actually a ton of people with great God-given like athletic genetics, right? But it's the ones that mix that with the hard work and dedication like Kobe, LeBron, all these things. There's actually a lot of people out here that have these genetics just like LeBron and Kobe. And I'm going to get a lot of heat for saying that. But the thing is, they add on the hard work and the dedication with the good genetics, and they're the best basketball players ever. It's insane. And so what I can tell you is you might have all these amazing abilities in wholesaling. You might be super smart. You might be all these great things. And you might be able to actually be a great wholesaler. But if you don't put in the work, you're not going to make money. It doesn't work. And so if you want to go out here and get deals, you have to do what people aren't willing to do. Most people aren't willing to reverse drive for dollars or heck drive for dollars at all. And on top of that, if you want to get real free wholesaling deals, reverse driving for dollars with my texting method for free, all you have to do is, let's use this for example, get a pre-foreclosure. You go to the list pendants or the notice of default section in your county's clerk of the court website. And all you got to do is get a list of, let's say 50. Go on your phone, go on Google Maps and create all 50 addresses onto like a, they'll put in like spots or posts to do. And I'll tell you here, 1, 2, 3, so you can effectively drive around the best way possible. And what you're going to figure out really quickly is you're going to do the best route possible to maybe like 2 hours to do them. And all you're going to do is put the sticky note on, hey, this is Zach, a quick question about your property. Walk up to the door, put it on the sticky note, walk back, and all you're going to do is this. It's just shocking. Put the camera app on my phone. I'm going to take a picture of the property, and I'm going to go to TrueViewSearch.com, get their phone number, and all I'm going to do here is just give them a simple text. with my actual personal self, okay? It's going to say, hey, I just went by the house. Like, is everything okay? Question mark. All you're going to say. I will tell you there's going to be a massive rate of people texting you back. And tell you, if you just do 50 a day, that's 15, hopefully my math's right. That's about 1,500 people a month. You will probably get a 50% response rate on top of the sticky note you put on. And this is better than any direct mail piece. This is better than any of these strategies out here because you actually get calls back from doing this. And it works. It's proven, it's effective, and it actually stinking works. And so if you do that with reverse transfer dollars and SMS, you can do it. So I hate the people like say, oh, I got no money for SMS. Zach saying that, screw you, I'm not doing it. I just gave you a free strategy to do it. Guys, I'm the guy that doesn't want to hear any excuses out of your mouth. There's no excuse right now why you shouldn't be rich and providing for your family. And I'm not saying that like right now, but there's no excuse in the next 6 to 12 months you shouldn't get a wholesaling real estate deal. There's zero excuse. You have to do the work and you have to do what's work. So there's no excuse of going out here and not being successful in the next 12 months. Now, there is an excuse right now, right? Like obviously getting a deal in a day is not going to work. Maybe a week or 2 weeks can be very difficult for most people. But over 6 months or a year, there's literally in my mind zero excuse. I mean, there's some, I guess, out of your control, but you can't be doing it, right? And so you have to go out here and do what other people aren't willing to do. On top of doing what other people aren't willing to do, I'm going to tell you what I call social media deals. I've been calling them digital bandit signs lately, but this is a strategy of just posting on Facebook groups and Craigslist. We buy houses cash, right? I showed you at freewholesaling.com. I still show you. It's insane what I give to you guys for free. But I feel like I shouldn't. But come on, I'm always going to do that. But I got to show a guru up here or two. But you go to freewholesaling.com, go to the advanced section, go to AI. I'll show you how to do social media deals. And this posted on Craigslist and Facebook groups. And Rick's been doing this for about, I would say 12, 13 years before Facebook groups was even a thing. He's been doing Craigslist forever. He's found deals on those. He also found deal on phishing forums and all these things. And it's a strategy we've used. It's kind of an old school tactic, if I really have to say it. But we found a lot of deals from it. And we've been using it, but not as crazy. And then lately, we've had all these people that are just DMing us saying, Zach, thank you so much. Got my first deal, all these things. And I'm like, how do you get your first deal? And they're like, oh, I just post on Craigslist every day. I'm buying houses for cash. You're looking to sell it. I'm like, Rick used to do a lot of that stuff. And we kind of went back to it and we're getting deals from it. It's like, huh. And then you guys are getting a lot of deals from it. Then AI comes around and I'm like, this is an amazing mix of this stuff. And boom, it works really well. And so that's why I'm telling you guys, this is a great strategy. And this at freewholesaling.com, I think I got to tell everyone where to go, freewholesaling.com. Guys, I just want you guys to know, I don't say freewholesaling.com because I like saying that word, right? It just works. It's a pain in the butt to watch all the videos, but I made all those videos because I know it's going to be the education you guys need. I'm telling you, go to freewholesaling.com. You'll learn a lot from it. Number 5 here, Bandit signs. I got my first deal from Bandit sign. I made my first 100K in wholesaling real estate from Bandit signs. I'm a huge proponent of Bandit signs. I truly believe in my heart that Bandit signs will lead you to get your first real estate wholesaling deal. If you can go out here and spend $100, Bandit signs is probably going to cost you $100 to start out from it. And if you have an area that works well for Bandit signs, you can 100% get your first wholesaling deal through Bandit signs. And what I can tell you is, I think you can, but the honest truth, here's another truth. There are cities and markets where Bandit signs just will not work. I hate to say it. I don't like saying that for many things, but it is true. Bandit signs in some places don't work, and Bandit signs in some places do work. The only way you're really going to know is by you actually testing it out and trying it. And so if you have $50, $100 for your marketing, I'd probably go do it. I don't make any money by telling you this, but as somebody made the first 100K in wholesaling, it worked for me there. Honestly, if that wasn't work, I was probably going to get into cold calling. So it worked out either way. But what I can tell you is Bandit signs are a great strategy because the leads come to you. They're relatively not that much work to do, and you just stick them out, right? One big hack I can always give to you is go to Google Maps at like 9 a.m. or 5 p.m. and find out where all the red spots are And those are best places to put Bandit signs out. We buy houses cash, get them printed. You can get them at Home Depot, put the stakes on, put it on a marker, right? There's a million ways to do it. If you have questions, hop on the one-on-ones. I'd love to help you guys out. There's a million ways to do it. But Bandit signs, love Bandit signs. And number 6 here, this is a great one. This is JVing. JVing is going to be, right now, it is the way of the future. And it's shifting more in the future for this. But doing joint venture and partnering deals and what we call JVing deals, it is definitely the wave of everything going on in the future. JVing deals, joint venturing deals, guys, I make a lot of money doing it. I'm just telling you guys out here. I make a ton of money JVing. I really don't think there's a way for you not to make a ton of money JVing. If you really put your pet, I'll tell everybody, and this is one of Zach's crazy statements, wacko guy right here. But if you actually put your pedal to the metal and you actually put a legit, concerted, complete effort into going out here and letting people know what market you in, what your strength is, you could probably make 6 figures JVing. And I'm working on things in the future to help everybody JV for free. Like I'm working on that right now. I'm trying to get. I'm just telling you I'm trying to get 1,000 JV deals this year. I know it's insane. It's a lot of money. I get it, and I'm doing very well with it right now. And I let everybody know that. But I'm getting really rich with this right now, and I'm trying to say this in the most humblest way possible. But the reason why I'm doing it right now is I'm trying to be really good at it, and I think I'm very good at it right now. But I want to get even better at it, so I can teach you guys how you can do the same thing I'm doing. And I will do it for free. I promise everybody right now. Like if you're going out here, you want to learn how to JV, stuff like that, I'll show you to free. I'm showing you a little bit today on how to do it too. But if you just let people know in your market what you can do, it breaks my heart to say this, but there's a ton of people in your own market that get properties under contract and they just have to let the deal go because they can't sell the deal. They can't dispo the deal. And in my opinion, even in 2023, it's still way harder to get a really good deal under contract than it is to find a decent cash buyer. Decent cash buyers are so easy right now. Still to this day. Guys, I did a video last week where a guy, he wanted to JV a deal with me. And I kind of felt bad, but, I renegotiated. It was that guy in Ohio. I just sat literally, I'm at my house right now. And I literally sat down behind my computer. I clicked record. And I went on Zillow. I went on the 4 rents. I went on props in 45 minutes. I had 4 I had 4 cash buyer walkthrough appointments already set. Like it's not that hard. I'm just saying it, right? And I just did that for a video, and the video is being edited and it'll be released to y'all. Don't worry about that, right? But the one thing I can tell you is just letting people know that hey, I'm great at cash buyers. I got a lot of cash buyers in the area. If you need help selling your deals, my name is Zach Ginn or whatever your name is, and I'm here to help you out. Now, the one thing I can tell you is if you have a trash reputation, if you are a sneaky person, if you are a manipulator, if you are a liar, you will not do well JVing. But if you're a person out here that is a man or woman of your word, that truly wants to help people out and will always do the right thing, karma will get to you. I promise you. Karma will get to you, and you'll do very well. And so if you want to go JV, do it. I will help anyone who wants to go out there, but it's really as simple as letting people know what your strength is and where you're at. It says, why type in the comments, say, hey, I don't JV in every market. And, I don't do it on purpose because I want other people to JV in those markets too. But like, for example, Dallas, Plano, Texas, it's like, if you have a deal there, send it to me, it's sold. New Jersey, it's sold. North Carolina, it's sold. Huntsville, it's sold. Like there's markets where you send the deal to me, it's sold like that. And there's other markets like Little Rock, like I'm okay in Little Rock, but if you're a really good Little Rock, Arkansas wholesaler right now, you should probably let people know in the comments you're the guy in Little Rock, Arkansas with all the cash buyers. You're probably a 17-year-old kid that doesn't want to let everyone know who he is on social media, but he watches all the streams. He just doesn't comment. He better like the video though. And no one will know if you like the video, I promise you, but I'd love you if you like that video. And you just let your email like, hey, you'll probably make $20,000 on a couple JV deals, probably $100K this year. So that's why I think it's really important everybody knows. So everybody in the comments here goes out here and talks. If you just go out here and let everyone know, you can do very, very well in wholesaling, okay? Yeah, I just want everybody to know that if you want to go out here and learn wholesaling, go to wholesaling.com. Then number 7 here. I talk about this all the time, but these are the probates. Probates, because I'm actually doing a podcast tomorrow. We're recording it on the Flip Alert channel with Jason White. I think his name is Jason White. His name's Jason, I know that. He did a $72,500 probate deal, learning how to do probates from wholesaling.com. $72,500. Let me just sink that in real quick. If that isn't reason enough why you shouldn't do probates, I don't know what else is going to. He literally went to the Facebook group and he posted the HUD. Go to the Facebook group, search him up. He has the HUD on there. $72,500. So when you're thinking right now, should I do probates or should I not do probates? $72,500. We got other testimonies. People are doing $50,000 probate deals, first deals. Okay? So if you're going out here and you're telling yourself, should I do probates or should I not do probates? Do probates. I'm telling you right now, go out here and do the probates. I promise you, you will not regret doing probates. They're amazing, totally motivated, and they're always amazing wholesaling real estate deals. So those are my top 7 marketing tactics with the 3 bonus ones. And yeah, I'm sticking to it. In 2023, these are the strategies I think you should be using right now because they will lead to your wholesaling real estate success. So what I want to do right now is I want to answer some questions. Love to do some one-on-ones with the people. Always try to help you guys out and help you become the best wholesaler possible. And remember, I tell everyone, just go to wholesaling.com. I'll show you how to wholesale houses absolutely for free and help you become the best wholesaler possible. So I'll put the StreamYard link one more time on here. Y'all know wholesaling.com on the bottom as the best way to get a hold of me to learn wholesaling real estate. And that's pretty much it. So what I want to do is go out here and answer some questions, and let's get it. I want to thank everyone for hopping on. I know today's Easter, but we're on the late stream today. So hopefully y'all had your family dinners and all the nice stuff. And they're the Masters today, but really no sports, but it's crazy. So one thing I love Sierra put out here, when you say pick your struggle, that's it. Pick your struggle. Either you go out here and struggle with the toughness of wholesaling or the toughest of being broke. Everything sucks. Everything's a struggle, but you got to do it right. So like Sierra says, how do you balance school and wholesaling? It's a great question. And I love it when a wholesaler come up here and say, Zach, you don't understand. I have to be in college and I am trying to wholesale. It is so difficult. And I always kind of roll my eyes. It's like I took 17. First of all, I graduated from the University of Florida in 15 months on a bachelor's degree while making 6 figures a year, while cold calling 25 hours a week. Okay. I'm not the guy to be complaining, okay, of how tough school and wholesaling is. Now, I didn't have a job on top of that. I was wholesaling. I was making a ton of money cold calling, but I was closing deals and go to school all day, working out, hanging out with friends, all from a dorm room. And so I'll let you know is wholesaling is not that difficult. If you go out here and put in the work, the more work you put in, the better you're going to be at. So the truth is, hate to say it, but C's do get degrees. And I figured out when I was doing my school that I could do 12 credit semesters and get straight A's, or I can do 17 credits and get straight B's. And I got a full ride. I don't get into it, but like I got a full ride scholarship to go to college. And I figured out that I could take my classes online and take the tests online by still being an on-campus student. Just went back home after, I think, 2 semesters. But what I figured out is if I got B's, and for the first 2 years, I got all A's, right? So I got my AA degree in high school. And so the 2 years, I already had a really good average for the scholarship. So if I got straight B's, I'd still get my full ride scholarship. And so I just got B's. I'm like, okay, let me just bump up the credits, get B's, And I did really well doing that. So honestly, how do you balance school? Unless you're getting a full ride scholarship, this is very controversial to say, but I'd probably just get C's and put the time into wholesaling. Now, of course, you can be an A student, but you got to dedicate time into it. And if you kind of get the C's and then dedicate the extra time to wholesaling, you can kind of do both. I'm not the best guy to talk about it, but like I'll tell you is first 2 years all A's and then all B's, and then I got like a 3.5 semester. And nobody really cares. People only honestly care what where you went to school. They don't care what your grade was in school. So like, for example, would you rather be a straight A student from like, I don't know, Alabama Baptist University? I don't know if that's even, I'm just making up fake universities in my head. Or you were a solid C student from Yale. It's like, I'd rather be a C student at Yale than the University of Alabama straight A student, right? Because one's better than the other, right? And so I'm talking about how to balance school and wholesaling. Honestly, you're already at the school. You're going to graduate from the school. Just get the C, dude, and spend the extra time into wholesaling. I'm going to get attacked for that. But I figured out also, on top of that too, you know, I hate to say it, I do have an eidetic memory. So when I'll watch a lecture at 2x speed and I'll just remember it. And then I legit won't look at anything for 2 weeks. I'll watch the lecture one more time before the test, and then take the test, and I'd probably get a solid B doing it, right? Now, of course, I could study all week and get A's, right? But like knowing I could get by doing that, I kind of, coasted through it. I don't think B's were bad, right? I mean, there's definitely some classes I had to study harder on, but like, just do that. I'll tell you, school is pretty much correlated, in my opinion, for all the youngins out here, to how much time you put into it. Studying is how your grade's really going to be. And so you got to mix and match how much time you're going to give into it and how much time you're going to put into wholesaling. There's diminishing returns, obviously, with all this stuff. That's probably going to be the best one you can do. And so that's my opinion on that. But good question. Love seeing everybody asking here, but let's see. Chosen to have a deal with a possible $100,000 assignment fee. Ooh, awesome, man. Well, better close on it, okay? Zach says, do you want to help me JV the deal? Chosen one, if you get 100K, do it yourself. But if you need help selling it, you just go to sellmypaper.com. But I mean, honestly, it's up to you. If you already have buyers, just do it yourself. But if you want to, North Carolina, I'll tell you, is probably our strongest market. So sellmypaper.com on the bottom would probably be the best way to sell it, but only if you need it. I don't want to go get half your, money's not really a problem for me. So, I don't really need it, but if it's going to stop you from getting a deal, sure, but just be careful with that. Let's see here. Yeah, I'll JV in Tampa. It depends where. So it depends. Oh, wait, that's the wrong guy. Yeah, I can do Tampa. The big markets in Florida I can do. Some of them I can't, right? All right. So one thing I want to do too is let me get the StreamYard link. I want to do some one-on-ones with the people today and see how I can help you guys become better wholesalers. And so let's pop this one in. Let's see here. So I see everybody letting everybody know you can JV. That's great. I love seeing that. The one thing I do want to say, if you are looking to JV with people, so I'm going to just call Jonathan out in a nice way. Jonathan, I know you're down to help people JVing if you need a buyer, but Jonathan, you got to let people know what market you're in. And I don't know how to contact you, Jonathan. That's my problem. So one thing I would put, Jonathan, is, hey, if you need a buyer in the Tampa market, hit me up at Jonathan B Instagram, right? That's probably what I would personally do if I'm looking to get some deals. But there's a ton, like this is a great networking event for people. So yeah. So let's answer some questions. So first off, we got Emerald. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you doing?
Good. Oh my gosh, I wasn't expecting to get chosen. So
Awesome. What's up? How can I help you out?
Well, I guess more so I guess I need to start. That's my whole thing. I think it's the intimidation of just starting.
Hmm.
What do I need to do to just start?
Go to freewholesaling.com.
I have.
You went through the entire thing?
No.
That's probably what I do. What's
Okay.
stopping you from going through it?
I think it's my ADHD.
Emerald, I see a doctor, Emerald Jade. Are you a doctor?
Yeah, I have a PhD.
In what?
Philosophy.
That's awesome. Did you stop halfway through a couple classes because you didn't feel like it, or you had to go through all of them probably, right?
No, I had to go through all of them and sit down and write dissertation.
Probably wasn't fun, right?
No, but
Or was it worth it?
I locked myself away and I made it happen.
Was it worth it?
Of course.
Are you proud of it?
Of course I am.
Well, if you want to do the same thing, go through allfreewholesaling.com. So I hear you told me the excuse you have ADHD. That was an excuse for you becoming a doctor probably, right?
No, but it wasn't the easiest thing, but I did have to hyper focus. And that's the thing, is just being able to hyper focus. I'm in the Facebook group and everything, and I watch all the videos, and it's almost like, what's the point of watching all the videos and not actually putting the knowledge to work? And I think that's the fear.
So go through allfreewholesaling.com. You will have all the knowledge you need to know, and then you hop back on here, and I'll give you a complete action plan of what to do.
Sounds good. I definitely would do that. I even joined the local RIA and everything. So the RIA NYC, because I heard your dad talking about that. So I have even joined the RIA and talking to other wholesalers here in New York City. So I think it's just me needing to do it and not procrastinate. I guess it's the fear of not being successful in it.
You got a stinking PhD. Like, I know you probably have ADHD or something like that, but like, you've shown before that you can get through it. So I seriously don't see any excuse for you not to go through it, right? Because you've gone through so much tougher things. Like, I know you're a mentally tough individual to go through that. You can easily do the same thing for freewholesaling.com. And you probably don't have to spend all this money to go do it either. So
You're absolutely right. And I think sometimes what can be so simple, we make it so complicated.
yeah.
And I think that's what my mind is doing. I'm looking like, okay, what is the complicated part of this? And it's nothing. Everything is simplified.
That's what I do. Like, I simplify the entire wholesaling process from A to Z. Now, thinking you're in New York City, you should probably do virtual wholesaling. The rest is already set up for you. I would personally, between you and me, go through all the course information, and then I'd go to the 30-day wholesaling challenge, and then that will give you an entire guide to get started.
Right. And I hear you talking about Alabama a lot. Roll Tide. I'm from Alabama. So definitely.
We're in Alabama.
Birmingham.
That's a great wholesaling market.
Born and raised, Birmingham, Alabama.
That's where I'd go.
Great.
Good call. I can tell you what to do. We got a virtual market already set. I think you're all set to go.
You're right. And it's a reason why you called on me, because it's a way of me, getting my attention, like, just do it. So thank you. I
already know an ex-NFL player. Okay, I'm not going to say his name, but he's making over 6 figures a year virtually wholesaling in LA, in Birmingham. So having somebody who's in New York City virtually wholesaling in Birmingham, I know you can do the same thing too. And because you're a local, it'd be easy. So there's nothing in my mind that's stopping me from telling you to do it, because I've already seen someone do it. And so it's like, you can do the same exact thing.
Right. And I'm home all the time. So it only makes sense. And I hear you say Alabama all the time. I'm just like, why not just indulge in it because you're there, Birmingham like the back of your hand, Huntsville, Mobile like the back of your hand. So why not do it?
That's it.
Great.
Go
Thank you.
after it.
Thank you. I needed that push. I needed that push.
I'm here for you. So hop back on when you get through it, and I'd love to help you out even more.
Thank you.
All right, have a good one. Vince, how long has it been since I talked to you?
Zach, what's going on?
It's been a solid minute, man. What's up?
It's been a little while, at least a couple months.
I know. I've been on here. You're the one who hasn't been on here. So
Hey, but the thing is, I've been working though.
I love it, man. What's up? Well, how can I help you out?
So first off, God willing, this is probably my biggest month if everything goes the way I hope it goes. But you know how wholesaling goes. So I got a question about a seller wants to sell their property. Virtually in Cleveland, so they want to sell their property. The thing is, the tenants are not answering her phone, not texting her back. They haven't paid rent past 6 months or so. So my thing is, first, how would you approach it we're going to try to get in the property, but if you can't and she wants to sell it outright, how would you go about it?
How long has the tenant not paid?
It's been at least 6 to 8 months.
Gosh. Is this in Florida?
No, this is over in Ohio.
Okay, it's a little different. I'll tell you, getting a contract is probably going to be the best thing, and then trying to do a walkthrough. That's honestly, I hate to tell you, this is not a fun situation. If this is in Florida, it'd be a lot different, but your best bet's to lock it up and then find somebody to take pictures of the house and find a cash buyer that can deal with it. It's a tough situation, but that's honestly probably going to be your best way to do it.
So just try to get it for the lowest I can, and then just spoil it out.
That's all you can do in a virtual situation when you can't get in the property or out of the property.
I got people. I got a team out there. I'm just saying,
I mean, how nice are these tenants?
We don't know. Like she was just up there a couple weeks ago, and she was there for a couple of days, and she was in the area for a couple of days. She went by there a couple of times. No one opened the door, answered the door, but she seemed like people was inside. The lights were on.
How about we try to skip trace and find the information of the tenants and cold call them?
Okay,
let's try that first.
That makes sense.
Now, it's probably a 30% chance, but it's definitely worth trying. So let's do that first.
Okay. Yeah, my thing was the worst is cash for keys.
Let's cold call them, see what we can do, Some people are okay with leaving, but it depends on the type of person. So let's cold call them first and kind of get a feel for what we got to deal with, and then go from there.
You said they don't care to leave. What would be the motivation for them to leave, or would it be the money?
An eviction on the record is probably the scariest thing for most people. It's really bad.
Okay. And then I was listening to what you were saying about the door knocking earlier in the presentation, and you were saying, like, how do you, like, for pre-foreclosures, would you come at them like, I know you don't want to. Do you want to come at them with, hey, I know you, I know your house.
Nope.
So
you're overthinking it, bro.
How would you?
I'm talking to you. I'm cold calling. You're pre-foreclosure, right? You're behind your mortgage.
Door knocking.
If I'm door knocking and let's say you're the guy in the pre-foreclosure, say, hey, me and my partner Rick, we're actually looking to buy a couple more houses for cash in the area. We're just seeing if anyone here's looking to sell it. Either you're okay with it or not. Going up to someone's door and saying, hey, I know you're behind your payments. Let me buy your house. It's like, that'll not go well, man. You just got to make it very casual. And you're a Florida guy. You understand how crazy people are. You don't want to tick anyone off. So you just want to make it like, I'm just in the area. What a coincidence you're behind on payments. Crazy. That's it.
Okay. And so I'm building a team now, man. I got fortunate. I got with a realtor. She's gonna help me with the cold calling. So how can we maximize on her being the realtor here in the Central Florida?
I mean, probably her finding cash buyers probably be the best way to maximize it, I would say.
Okay. And then let's see. I got one seller that ghosted me. This I've been dealing with this probably about a month and a half now. So the last time I texted him was probably the end of February or early March. And he said it was a fire damage property. He was waiting for the insurance to get the payoff amount. And I haven't heard from him since. I tried calling him from different numbers. He's not picking the phone up. What other way could I get in contact with this guy, or do I just keep following up like weekly, once a week?
Virtual or in person?
It's in person.
Do you put sticking on the door?
Yeah. So what do you mean sticking note, like recently, or?
Screw that. I'll tell you the most tried and true way to get anyone's phone number to call you. I don't care how not. Put a Bandit sign on their front door, like on their yard. I hate to say it. If you put a Bandit sign on somebody's front lawn, they will give you a call. I promise you. It's a lot, but I'm almost at 100% effective rate of doing that. Dude, it works. I know you're laughing, but you're laughing because you know it works.
It would be hilarious to do really calls and go, because we went through the appointment and everything, checked the property out, and this dude calls me for that. That'd be hilarious.
That's it, man. And it's like, oh, how like people are always gonna be mad at you for it, but it's like, hey, I had to reach out to you somehow.
Let's see here.
I wouldn't say it if it didn't work.
Okay.
It's obviously a last resort, but it does work.
I mean, that's probably is my best bet right now, looking from everything else I tried. Oh, yeah, you were saying something about the Google Maps red spots. Like, I never heard of that.
Go to Google Maps,
like
5 o'clock, and then just look at all the red spots. Like go on your phone on like 5 o'clock, and there should be like little red spots showing where the traffic's at.
Right.
Now, right now, it probably won't be anywhere in Orlando right now.
Yeah.
But if you do it at like 5 or 9 o'clock, it'll tell you what spots are like congested and what aren't.
That makes sense.
Like just go to I-4 at 10 a.m. Like 8:30, you're gonna see it.
That makes sense.
It'll say this part's congested, this part isn't.
Okay. All right. I think that's it, man. I gotta hopefully, man, I got this buyer. It's a land lot in Central Florida, and hopefully he goes through his plan. He's been what's the word I want to use? Dragging his feet for about a week now.
Yeah.
Keep postponing. I'm doing a bunch of stuff this week. Let's meet Monday. So he's supposed to meet tomorrow. I texted him. I think Friday we last spoke, and he said I promise Monday I'll be free to get the deal done. My thing is there anything I should do before I text them, like afterwards, like assuming the sale, as in thank you so much for trusting us in this process. We're ready to get this thing going and get you your money here as quickly as possible. I don't know pretty much what else could I do.
I mean, that's it with the buyer?
No, with the seller.
With the seller?
Yes, he owns a lot.
Are they answering the phone?
No. We've been talking. It's just we supposed to sell this deal up last week. Like we were supposed to meet back up, and I was supposed to bring an agreement. We were supposed to get all this done.
Sounds like you gotta be a little more aggressive with this guy.
Say it again.
Sounds like you gotta be a little more aggressive with this dude.
Well, that's why I sent them the text. What would be your way of being more aggressive?
I would call him and say, hey, when are you available on Monday so I can go with you and get this thing done?
Well, we're supposed to meet tomorrow afternoon. We already set a time. But my thing was, I'm just curious if you go try to back out of it again. But I don't know. Maybe not. Like I said, I just hope.
I don't see it. Like, I mean, you condition the seller, I'm assuming, so
Yeah,
shouldn't be anything stopping you.
yeah, yeah. Like I said, hopefully that goes through. And I think that's it, man. I think. Oh yeah, so that was my last question. I'm glad it came to.
Okay.
Me. So I got a probate situation. Trying to lock up that deal, but I run into these situations where I'm not reaching the. So this is a sticky note type situation where I was driving for dollars, put on a post-it note because we had a bad floods in the area, so some of these properties got flooded out. So I put the sticky note on, had a call back, and it's the owner's nephew. So I'm talking to the owner's nephew. I'm like, oh, let me talk to your aunt. We can do a conference call. Oh no, we're gonna talk just me and you. I let her know she doesn't want to negotiate. She doesn't want to talk about it. She just wants the last price, and then I'll give her the agreement, and then I'll run it through her, and then we'll give you a call. So have you ever dealt with some of those situations, or how would you deal with it? Because now we're at the point where we settle on the price. The price is good for everybody. That's what he says. I sent the agreement over with the no numbers, and then he says he'll get back to me last week, but last week he never did. So I'm trying to figure out how do you avoid things like that?
Yeah. How many heirs is it total?
Well, it's just her. He's just the nephew. That's the younger guy.
How many people have to sign off?
Just her.
All right, then she needs. Oh, okay. I'm thinking like 4 or 5 heirs.
It was her husband.
Paul, I know nephew need to sign that. I mean, it's just she's married. It's Florida law. All she has to do is sign it. All you have to do I hate to say it, probate situations are different, very emotional. Hey, just checking in, seeing when we're ready to proceed with everything. No pressure, nothing like that, but just call up every week and be like that until they get it done. Unfortunately, you can't be like, you need to sell now. You have to sign here now. The probates, you can't be too forceful. So I would just call them and just see how's everything going. And if they need help or anything, I'm here. And when can I go by and look at the property, or when can we start doing everything?
Okay. So, but yeah, my biggest thing is I hate when I run into these strong personality types that won't let you talk to the main person. And it's just like, how do we supposed to get this done when I don't even know what the seller's thinking, what's going through their mind? It's just like they keep.
When can I meet at the property with you and the seller? That's all you can say.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that's about it, man. Oh yeah, and then you said if we had a pretty good budget, what would be a SMS budget per month? You said like
probably 800. I don't want to skimp out on it, or just do the reverse triangle. You're already doing some reverse triangle for others. Maybe try that first and see how that goes, and then maybe do the SMS.
Yeah, I want to start doing the SMS. It's an 800. Yeah.
All right.
All right, Zach. Appreciate you, man.
All right. Keep it up, man. All right. Boom. Awesome. Thank you, Vince. Next year we got Moon Man.
Hey, what's going on? So I just have a quick question. So what is the best way to JV? Like, I know Facebook, but are there other ways to do it?
I would say the YouTube comments and then Instagram.
YouTube comments and Instagram? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try that. So what's the success rate with like JVing? Like, what do you think?
How many deals have you done?
None yet.
So your success rate is probably a lot lower than somebody that has a more reputable. So, I mean, for you, it'd probably be having a lot of buyers out here. That'll probably increase your success rate.
Okay. Well, then that's all the questions I got. I guess I'll just get busy then.
All right. Get busy, bro.
For sure.
All right. Robbo.
Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Hi. When I watched Rick's live on Monday, I think, he was talking about like when he was talking to reverse wholesale. So I wanted to call some of the cash sales for rents, but I was like confused because all the videos on my wholesaling, free wholesaling was about when you call them after you locked up a contract. So like, how am I supposed to call them and talk to them if I don't have any contract to give them?
I'll tell you this, Robo. All right. Two things. Number one, do you remember the last time you talked to Rick? Do you know what's the last sentence he told you? Because I remember what it was.
Smile.
Smile. Okay. So well, let's go back to that. If you cold call without smiling, you will struggle really hard. And so I can't see your face on the camera, but I'm hoping you've started to smile more. And when you smile, you're going to sound happier. And that's going to be the key to cold calling these cash buyers. When you cold call a seller in general, but let's talk about cash buyers in general. That's lesson number one. If you do not smile while cold calling cash buyers, you will suck at doing it. Lesson number one. Number two, I did a couple live streams on Flip with Earth channel of me cold calling cash buyers. Do you see that? Or have you seen those at all?
I seen the one with you cold call real estate agents, and then I see one for 4 rents.
So what I'm going to do right here is give you the exact date for you to find it.
All right.
Watch me. Let's see here. I'll just let you look it up. But we have it in free wholesaling. Yeah, cold calling cash buyers is still my wholesale deal. It was about a month ago. Let me give you the exact date on here. That would be on March 7th, okay?
All right.
That's me cold calling cash buyers in general. I got like 4 or 5 cash buyers. So that's probably the video I'd go look at first for this.
What channel is it?
All of them.
Oh.
March 7th.
All right.
It was like 45 minutes. So what I basically did was everything you want to do. I went by the 4 rents and start cold calling them. They were like, what do you want? And I say, hey, I'm not looking to rent it, but I'm a wholesaler. And I'll see if you're looking to buy any more properties for cash in the area. That's it. And do it with a smile.
Wait, what's the title?
Cold calling cash buyers to sell my wholesale real estate deal, parentheses live.
It was a live stream? Okay.
Live stream,
Let
bro.
me just see if I can find it. Okay.
Bro,
Oh, okay.
I do it live because I got to show everyone up, you know.
I found it. All right, that's my only question. All right, have a good day.
Just do me one favor. Don't skip the intro. You got to listen to the music. That's got to get you going first, and then I think it'll be good to go.
Okay.
All right, man. Let me know if you got any questions.
All right.
All right. Guys, this is so important. But when you go about anything in life, especially talking to sellers and cash buyers, you got to smile. Guys, you wake up this morning and your whole family's healthy and you're healthy, you should always smile. I'm telling you, like, gratitude's such an important skill in life, and it will help you out in wholesaling. I just want everyone to know that. Jacob.
Whoa. Hey, Zach, how's it going?
I'm blessed, man. What's up? How can I help you out?
Man, so I've been really hard on my marketing recently. I've figured out all the lists because I watched the free wholesaling. I've got, foreclosures, probate. I've got over 3,000 driving for dollars, individual properties.
That makes me smile.
Yeah, I'm reverse driving for dollars while I'm getting the drive for dollars. And I'm sending out the probate letters, which both of those are doing good. My question is, while during the day I'm doing those, pulling the list and doing the other marketing, I have a VA code calling using the code calling script that you provide. She speaks English really good. She's very happy person, like you just talking to him. She smiles. She sounds happy. We get about 4,500 calls a week, and we are not picking up leads. None at all.
What's your skip tracing?
We're using batch skip for skip tracing.
Dialer?
Batch dialer as well.
Okay.
And we're using the multi-line dialer.
3 lines or 10 lines?
3.
Okay, so you're doing what I'm saying. I'm trying to think here. 4,500 calls. What's your contact rate?
Let me see. I have it right.
I gotta go through the stat. When I get a question this specific, I go through the stats.
Contact rate.
Usually one bottleneck, so I gotta figure that out.
The contact rate is 16%.
That's honestly not terrible. Okay. How many leads came out of that 4,500?
So far, it has only had 3 leads. Yeah.
That sucks, man. I don't want to throw away those trying for dollars leads, honestly, man. But let me tell you. Let me just. I hate to say this, but either something's up here. Maybe your cold caller sucks. I'm not trying to blame it on them.
No, you're.
But the stats are looking okay out here. Do you have their calls recorded on batch?
I do.
Okay. Or they sound fine?
That she sounds good. You don't really hear much of any accent at all. She's really good, fluent English. She, like I said, she's a happy person overall, so she's not like depressing when she's talking.
What market?
Nashville, Tennessee.
Nashville's iffy, but I mean, it's not the worst market, dude. So there's only 2 possible situations I can see here. Your contact rate's decent, so I don't think all your numbers are spam. Maybe, I don't want to say you're too saturated of a market. So the only thing I'm going to tell you, and I hate to say this, but I love stats, and I'm somebody that loves scaling businesses. When I see 4,500, I need something from that, right?
Right.
So what I need, do you reverse try for dollars these trying for dollars leads?
Yes.
Do you get any leads from those?
Not as much as I thought I would. I probably get, so I go out every day and I probably do about 150 to 250 to keep up with her output. So I probably get maybe 5 calls back from a
200?
week. Yeah. And
where do you put it on these sticky notes? Middle fingers?
right.
Yeah, what?
No, it's just hey, I have a quick question, give me a call. That's pretty much it. I try to leave it open-ended.
5 calls.
It's very low.
I could put a note on someone's door with a phone number and I'll get more than that. That's really bad, dude. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think here, man.
The best thing that's working for me is the direct mail with the probate letter. That just today alone, I have 4 calls from that.
Okay. I mean, I hate to tell you this, but just so you know, between you and me, Jacob, I'm a complete idiot. All right. And so because I'm a complete idiot, I have to be really simple with things. I'm like monkey see, monkey do.
Right.
So I try something. Does it work or doesn't work? If it works, do that. If it doesn't work, discard it, right? That's how I do it. And so I hate to say it. I know people in Nashville doing really well with cold calling, and they do really texting and reverse trying for dollars. And so I don't want to blame specific markets or things like that. I'm going to tell you, so if the probate mailers are working, I'm probably going to go harder on the mailers, dude. That's my only thought I could tell you. If that's working, let's keep doing what's working. I hate to say it, but if you tried 4,500, they're not working. I'd really reconsider it.
All right. Well, that's I figured that was the answer coming, but I had to hear it from somebody.
I hate to tell you, but like, I'm not. It makes no sense in my heart because I think of what would Zach do? If I'm failing so hard at this stupid, dude, I've had lists that I thought were gonna work. They just sucked, right? It's not that I'm a terrible wholesaler. It's just that's not working, right? And so I just try something else, and eventually keep testing out one's gonna hit. And so probate mailers are hitting. Let's try other direct mail. But I think the next step for you to do is try to send those mailers out to the drawing for dollars leads. I think that's step number 2, and then try texting.
Try texting.
That's all I can tell you. I mean, use that budget for SMS. Use that budget for cold calling. I hate to say it with the cold caller, but use that for texting because you already paid all that money for skip tracing. Don't throw that down the trash yet, and try texting them. I hate to tell you that, but I mean, you're dropping a decent amount of money on a cold caller and the skip tracing and on the dialer. Let's just try SMS instead with that 4,500 and see what happens.
All right. Well, I'm gonna obviously take that into account. I trust your word. So
Hey, I
appreciate
get no money from this, man. Like, I get no pleasure from telling you, like, hearing this. But that's probably gonna be my best course of action for you.
Well, I'm gonna act on it like as soon as tomorrow.
All right. Well, I'm glad to hear at least the probate mailers are working. At least we're figuring out what's working or not.
Oh yeah, that's working like great. They're like, I've never got a letter like this. How'd you know?
Perfect. Are you
It-
signing them on the bottom?
Yes, I am. Blue
All right,
ink.
you listen. I like it.
Yeah, those work fantastically.
Yeah. And I want everybody watching this to know, like, I tell you guys to do all the stuff, but what supersedes everything is if it just isn't working, don't do it. Right. And if it is working, do that. Like I tell everyone, like, I'd probably not do PPC SEO, but if it's working for you, don't stop doing that. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so figure out what's working, what's not. I want you to come back next week and just give me an update because I want to help you out. So please let me know, man.
Yeah, I'll be back.
All right. Thanks, Jacob.
Thank you, Zach.
Perfect. All right. Next we got Evan.
Oh, hey, how you doing?
Good. What's up, man?
Good. Hey, I had a question. So, like, half the time when I'm watching you on like Zillow and how you do your live code calls, I see that, like, you offer, like, I try to do the math, like, as you're calling the people before, like, you do it to, like, try to make sure I'm, like, on your level, like, with what I think you're gonna, shoot them an offer at. So, typically, like, when I'm watching, you go by, like, 70% on most of them, correct?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Also, another question I had was, do you recommend having cash buyers in the area like every time you're calling new places, or?
Not every time. My network's so big that, like, if I'm calling, I know one guy or a guy that knows a guy. So, but it's not a must. It really isn't. If it's a good enough deal, it's not a must.
I gotcha. Actually, I did take up your reverse. So I'm like really trying to dial in on marketing. So like I'm newer to like I actually just got hurt at work. So I'm like out and trying to spend all my time like now wholesaling. I've been talking to my parents about like having this idea of like wholesaling for a while now. So it's like I'm going out there and doing the best I can. But I went out and actually did your reverse driving for dollars method and got 2 calls back on, like, I left like 15 sticky notes like for the time I had like after work. I got 2 calls back. So it's actually working out pretty good. I'm pretty decent at talking to people. So this guy, he's like getting ready to move out of his house and he wants to sell it. And it's like a gut job, right? It's got like nothing inside of it. So I'm hoping that'll turn out to something, but it's like an older house and it's like super hard to find comps on. So I don't know if you know where like Mercer County, Pennsylvania is. You ever heard of it?
It's like by somewhere. Let's see, Mercer.
Yeah, it's Mercer County, Pennsylvania. It's not too. It's Mercer, Pennsylvania, but it's Mercer, Pennsylvania is in Mercer County, Pennsylvania. It's like a town in itself.
Okay.
It's in a pretty good, like it's right next to the school and it's a pretty good area. I just can't seem to find comps on it because when I was speaking to the guy, he told me that his parents were living in it in like 1950, but it's like hard to find comps. And like I also remember listening to you guys before because I'm like a perfectionist, so I try to get numbers perfect. And I remember hearing you guys say that perfection will kill you in this game. You know what I mean?
You're clearly not perfect. You got hurt.
Yeah, I'm talking about
to be perfect.
Yeah, I know, I got you. But
all right. Mercer County population, it's not looking too hot right now for you.
Yeah, I don't think it's real too hot, but I live 45, like an hour away from Pittsburgh. I didn't know like if my market was going to be good because it's not like too populated.
How far are you from Youngstown?
Youngstown, like 48 minutes because my buddy goes to college over there.
What about Newcastle?
Newcastle, about 35 minutes.
I roll my eyes when I get a lot of Newcastle deals because they're kind of trash.
Yeah.
That's actually not a terrible area. Where do you work nearby, like a metro place, or is it like kind of out in?
Actually, I work all the way. It's like, and I was driving an hour for work before I got hurt, but it's like down towards like Pittsburgh is like where I was working.
I'd probably wholesale. If you're working there, I'd probably try to wholesale in that area.
Really? It'd be a long drive, so I could probably just drive for dollars like virtually.
You have to drive there. It's like you're already going to be there, right?
Well, I'm actually I'm prepped for surgery soon, so I won't be. I'm like,
okay. Yeah. Your area is deep. here's the thing. Your area is actually easy to get deals.
Mm-hmm.
It's finding the cash buyers for the deals. So honestly, what I'm going to tell you is I'm probably going to have you cold call cash because you're in a tough situation right now. I want you to find the buyers first.
Okay.
And then ask them, where should I go and find deals, or where are you looking to buy deals? And then you reverse try for dollars in that area.
Okay, I get you. See where they're buying. Like, look
Yeah.
for buying.
So, hey, I want to buy in Mercer, but only East Side or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I only want to go buy properties that are 2-1s or built after 1920.
Okay. I'm watching. Actually, I'm going completely through your freewholesaling.com thing, trying to like master like comps and ARV because I feel like that's really like one of the areas I struggle with. Other areas I'm real confident, like feel pretty confident in, but mastering, like not mastering, but getting decent enough to feel comfortable to throw like offers out and get the ARV is like kind of where I struggle. But the last question I have for you is, I know it's not like a stupid question, but I have PropStream, but sometimes I get confused on like why I even get on it. So do you get on there to like pull lists or like check property data? Like, is it just like?
I mean, you might not even need PropStream, dude. Like I tell you, it helps, but you don't need it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can use it for comps if you want, but I don't think you need to be pulling a crazy budget starting out like that. So, I mean, it's up to you if you want it or not. I don't think it's going to be this like game-changing thing for you.
Okay.
Now, it's really cool. Like, I mean, don't cancel it like the next day or two because you already did it.
Yeah.
But I would go pull a list of all the cash sales, all the flippers,
Mm-hmm.
and call all those people within like an hour radius of you. Mercer, I looked at my like, I don't know, Hermitage or Hammer, whatever what it's called.
Yeah, Hermitage.
That area, just do Mercer County and just call all the cash sales and flippers, and then all the buyers agents and all those, and just see, hey, do you have any cash buyers? I'm a wholesaler. Let me know where you guys are looking to buy.
Okay.
I mean, you already paid for the PropStream this month, so
Yeah.
go through all those. I hate to say it, but you're in such a small market. You need to get the buyers first.
I got you. Just to put me out there, be in a better spot. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to keep going back through and watching your videos about like pulling comps and ARV.
Did you hear me talk to Robbo before this?
Yeah, I was listening.
So watch that live stream too. It will whatever I say, just say it for them, and it'll work out really well for you.
Okay. Hey, I appreciate you talking to me, man. I honestly didn't even think I was gonna I was falling asleep, and then I saw your live pop up, and I was like, okay, I gotta get on this thing.
Yeah, I'm always here Sunday evening. So hop back on next week.
I will.
I usually remember most people, and I want to see how you're doing, man.
All right. Hey, I appreciate it, Zach. Hey, you have a good one, man.
All right, good luck in surgery.
Thanks, man.
All right. Sierra.
Hi, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. What is up?
All right, awesome. I have a couple of questions.
Awesome. I got a couple answers.
Is so I just started recently. All I've actually been doing is just on freewholesaling.com, and I've been like listening to like all the videos and stuff. And so my first question is, how do I have to pay a lawyer for the
contract?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, where do you live?
North Carolina, Onslow.
No, you should be fine.
Okay, because I go to a lawyer and it's like they always tell me, oh, you have to pay $150 so that they can look over the contract.
Yeah, you look over the contract. You can technically still have the buyer pay for it, but you got to find a good wholesaling friendly lawyer for it.
And I only found one in town. And so I can have somebody else pay for it.
You can have the buyer pay, but you got to find the right lawyer for it.
Okay.
And so you got to call around, look on Facebook groups. There's plenty of lawyers that'll help you out. There's also state lawyers that'll do the whole state for you. Like for all of the JV deals in North Carolina, we can, like, if you're really scared for it, I can hook you up with our JV guy, and he can just help you connect you with a lawyer for you. And then if you do a JV deal, that's you can or not. But there's multiple people all over we can help you out with.
Yeah,
there's state lawyers that will do it for you, but you want to send them some money. So, I mean, send them deals so they can make money. They don't work for free.
I have no problem doing that because I'm doing the work and I just get scared that like I'm getting inheritance. So now I'm like paranoid everything I could do wrong. And then my other thing is I did do the probates list. I pulled that and I was getting a bunch of deaths. Like I went to the actual place. I don't know if I was supposed to ask specifically for water and electricity shutoffs, but I was just getting a bunch of like death. Was I supposed to ask specifically
Like
for
deaths or
that when I went?
probates?
Like I went in, I said, "Hey, can I look at your probates?" And they're like, "Yeah." And then when I started to open the files, it was just like death certificates, and then people
Okay.
that they gave their home to.
That's not bad. Because you just
Oh
look
no,
up those people and see if they own real estate or not through the property appraiser.
through a property appraiser. Wait, I'm supposed to look for that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I called and I would be like, "Hey, can I, speak to X, Y, and Z at whatever 123 Lane?" And then what they'll do is that I guess they'll be like, "Hey, I'm not the owner, but X, Y, and Z is," and then they'll give me
Well,
the
they're
phone
dead.
number. Pardon?
They're dead. You're not going to get them on the phone.
No, the person that actually owns the home, not the dead person.
Well, it's a probate. No one kind of owns it. It's in a probate.
Oh.
So like, let's say uncle dies and the niece
Okay.
is like the heir. No one
Yeah.
really owns it. I mean, they're the heir to it, but they don't technically own it yet. They have to go through the process. So that's the issue. That's the reason why probates work, too. It's kind of like in a limbo.
Yeah. Okay. So that was like really weird. So I was like, am I asking for the right thing? So what should I do with that list? Should I just get rid of it? Or should I just keep it?
No. Okay. So let's say a Chelsea Smith passed away.
Okay.
Is there any other information with that probate you got? Like, is there properties, or there heirs, or any of that stuff?
There's property and there's heirs. Like they'll be like
Property address. Okay, you got the property address. So
Yeah.
all you gotta do is just look up the heirs and then call them up, like truepeoplesearch.com, and just call these
Okay.
people up.
And then they'll ask me, how did you get my number?
I don't know. My partner gave me a list here. My partner
Okay.
Zach,
Yeah.
My partner Zach gave me a list.
Okay. Yeah. I
Oh.
got tripped up on that. I was like, I'm not trying to sound creepy.
My partner Zach gave me a list. I have no idea how he got it. I can go ask him and call you back. But are you still looking to sell your house? Shift the
Yeah.
blame onto somebody else, and I'll take the blame for you.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you. And then I wrote down my questions if you're wondering.
Shoot.
And then I was gonna ask, can I find a lawyer outside of my town? So can I find somebody in Fayetteville?
I told you can do the whole state of North Carolina.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. And then my last question is, I know you said C's do get degrees, but I do have a big exam the 24th. So I did put wholesaling on the back burner. What I mean by exam, it's like
What class is it?
I'm becoming a counselor. So it's like my graduation exam to show competency. And
A
so
graduation exam should probably put some
okay.
right?
Yeah. So I shouldn't feel guilty for putting wholesaling for now, just until the 24th of April on the side.
I mean, I would say yes, but
Okay.
I will ask you a couple questions. I'm saying this really nicely.
Yeah.
How much time have you spent on your screen time on your phone on TikTok, Instagram, Netflix, social media, and liking your friends' pictures on Instagram of like their
At
dog?
least 5 hours.
So if you cut that in half and you put that 2 hours into wholesaling, you think you could probably do a little better?
Yeah.
I don't care about your friend JoJo's, like little dog. Okay, like
Yeah.
we can live without that for now. Okay,
That's so
I'm
true.
telling you. You seem young like me. I got a lot of friends. I know that you can cut some time out of it.
That's true. Thank you. That's all my questions, to be honest with you. I thank you so much for your advice. I really appreciate it.
I think
hello?
we're getting bumped.
Oh,
in and out here. There we go.
There we go. Yeah. And I was just saying, thank you so much for your advice. I really appreciate it.
All right, we'll hop on. I guess after the 24th, I'll go through wholesaling.com and love to help you out.
Yeah, I'll let you know how everything goes. Thank you. Bye.
Also, Sierra, FYI, if you want to go to sellmypaper.com, go to the North Carolina JV section, submit a lead, and I can have our guy reach out to you and just let you know if you have a deal. Actually, just do this. Now, you're fine. All right. Once you get a deal or someone's looking to sell, contact us, and we'll give you the title company and a contract and everything from North Carolina just to help you out with it, okay?
Okay, so I just make sure I get a deal.
Just find someone that wants to sell, and then we'll help you out with that, okay?
Okay, thank you so much for your help. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
All right. Boom.
Bye.
Bye. Guys, we have a lot of great stuff at sellmyfair.com. If you're in a market like North Carolina, Texas, Jersey, we're very strong in certain markets, and we can actually help you with the whole process. Like we actually renegotiate deals, all that stuff, so we can help you out. So that's, I think the computer froze a little for a second, but hey, whatever. So guys, if you got any value from this video, do me a favor, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, and remember, go below here to freewholesaling.com, and I'll help you learn wholesaling absolutely for free. So this is Zach Ginn signing out. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, and